In the previous class we discussed about mural paintings. Okay. Now we will discuss about miniature paintings. What are miniature paintings? Okay. Miniature paintings are small in size, and miniature paintings are those paintings which are painted on a piece of paper or a piece of cloth, or sometime on a leaf of a palm tree. Okay. Manuscripts, there they have written, no? Okay, palm leaves there. So that is miniature painting. So generally it is small in size. Then what are the features of miniature paintings of India? Okay, so the painting size should not be larger than 25 square inch. The painting should not be larger or bigger than the 25 square inch. Okay, and the subject of the painting. Now what is that subject? For example, if you are painting a portrait, okay, their size will be different. If you are painting one scene, okay, like court scene, we have many rulers, right? There they have court, many people are sitting, right? So if there is a depiction of a court scene in a painting, then the human beings are there, right? The size of the human being should not be, or should not be more than 1/6 of the size, actual size. 1/6 of actual size. Got it? So that is also one of the feature. And human figures are there, right? They have seen in a side profile like this, rather than this, like this, side profile that they have seen like this, one eye. Okay, so that is there. And eyes are bulging, eyes are there. I'll show you. See, check the eyes. This is miniature painting. See, got it? So eyes are bulging eyes, pointed nose and slim waist. Check nose. Pointing is there. Okay. Slim waist. Check the waist of that goddess Radha. Okay. So this is one of the feature of miniature paintings in India. And color of the skin. If I talk about the color of the skin in these paintings, Rajasthani miniatures are there, right? For skin color they use brown color. Okay. Mughals miniature painting, for skin they use the fair colors, and for goddess figure like Shiva or Krishna they use the blue color. Okay, so that is the skin of the color. Women, they are having long hair they have below their hips, that much long hair, and the color of the eyes and the color of the hair are black, generally black. And men are there, right? Men, they are wearing traditional clothes, and they are having a turban on their head. Check, turban. Okay, so these are the features of miniature paintings in India. Okay, so many miniature schools were developed in India. So one by one we will discuss about those schools, miniature painting school of art. So first such school is Pala school, Pala dynasty. Between the 8th century to what you call 10th century, Pala and Sena dynasty ruled that region. Okay, so Pala dynasty has patronized this school of art. So the paintings are there. So generally these paintings are in the form of manuscript. Manuscript, that means those paintings were executed on the palm leaves or a vellum paper. I'll show you. Check. So this painting is like a manuscript. Here they have a script, and this painting is description of the script. Got it? So in this way these miniature paintings are there. Pala. And lonely figure, single figures are there, but rarely we can find the multiple figure or group, what do you call, group of people paintings. And generally paintings are of divine creatures rather than the rulers. Like in Mughals, they painted more about the rulers, kings or emperors. But here generally they, what do you call, concentrate on the divine, this one, figures. And this is patronized by the Palas, who were the promoters of, or they follow the Buddhism. So they promote the Buddhism through those paintings, especially the Vajrayana school of Buddhism. We have the Vajrayana, Himayana, Mahayana, so those were there. and prominent painters in Pala school of art was Dhimmam and Vitapala. Check. Okay, so it's a miniature painting which is painted on the manuscript. Apabhramsa painting, the most common thing in these paintings are Jain, and then later it is when Vaishnava rulers, Rajput rulers who follow the Vaishnavas, okay, they introduce the Vaishnavism theme in these paintings. Okay, in this painting they brought the concept of Gita Govindam. You know Gita Govindam, not movie, it is a book, Gita Govindam. In that book only it is mentioned about the Dashavatar of Vishnu. Okay, so that theme were brought by in this school by the Rajput. Apart from that, secular love theme is also there in the paintings. Okay, and generally these paintings were dominated by the Jain iconography. Okay, Jain Tirthankaras are there, Jain assemblies are there, right? Those were present in these paintings. Okay, early paintings of these schools were painted on the palm leaf, but later Vaishnavism, influence of Vaishnavism started. At that time, this school of painting were painted on a piece of paper. Okay, so it's like a illustration for books. We have in book, we have what do you call, some scripts is there, and one painting will be there, that is a description of that script. Same like that on this. Okay, and the color which they have used in these paintings are symbolic meaning, and generally they use three color, red, yellow and ochre in the early phase during Jain. Then in Vaishnavism they use the bright and gold color more. Hinduism influence was gold. Okay, so that they have used. Okay, and human figure, how they showed fishing, fish shape bulging eyes, double chin is there, fish shape bulging eyes is there, see, fish shape bulging eyes, double chin is there, so in that way this human figure were depicted, pointed nose was also there. Okay, and figures are usually stiff, not bent, stiff. Figures are stiff. Ornaments also carefully painted. You check ornaments, right? Ornaments also painted carefully. Women's are there, right? So women's figures are enlarged, big figure compared to the men. They have big breast and big hips. Okay, so this is about Apabhramsa school of painting. Then apart from that, even that animal as well as the birds are there, right? So those were represented in the paintings, in these paintings, in the form of toys rather than lively figure. Look it, Apabhramsa school of painting, miniature painting. Now Mughal era paintings. Mughal era paintings. Okay. Actually, the miniature of the Mughal is totally different from the miniature of the Apabhramsa and Pala school and other Rajasthani school also, as well as the Pahadi school of painting. Okay, those Rajasthani school, Pahadi school of painting, even Pala school and the Apabhramsa school, they have religious influence. They have religious influence, and themes are in and around the Hinduism, Buddhism and Jainism. But regarding Mughal, it is totally different. Okay, there it is having a theme is different. Theme is like a naturalism during Jahangir time, Akbar time, court scenes are there, and what do you call, celebration of the festival. Those were the themes of the Mughal miniature paintings. Okay, and Mughal paintings, they have the Persian influence. Now how Persian influence? Because Humayun was there, right? So from 1540 till 1555, Humayun was absent from the Delhi. Again he came and defeated, okay, defeated and after defeated descent of Shesha Suri, okay, he established the Mughal Empire. Okay. When he was coming from the Persia, he brought the Persian painters also. Persian painters also he brought. So because of that, Mughal painting got the Persian influence. Understood? So that is there. And there was a change in color palette, theme and forms also. So focus was shifted from God to glorify the rulers and showing the life. We discussed, right? Rather than religioustic, they have different theme. They focus on hunting scene, historical events, darbar or court, celebration of the festivals, jharoka, that one is there. Okay? These paintings can be considered uniquely different. Why? Because of brilliant color they have used. I will show you one painting. See. Script is there. But see, brilliance of the colors they have used, right? That's why it is unique. Okay? Got it? And those painters are there, right? So those painters are given keen interest for the perfection of the line drawings of the line, accuracy. Okay, you check in the paintings, huh? See, perfection of the lines. Okay, that importance were given by the painters. Line perfection. Except the religious paintings, some religious paintings are there. Okay, but not that much during Mughal time. But apart from that, Mughal's paintings were known for their diverse theme. Okay, like festival, hunting scene, naturalism, okay, and court scene. So that is a diversity. So it is known for the diversity of the theme. And it is the Mughal, those who brought the forecastic technique. Forecastic technique. What is this technique? So in this technique, the objects in the paintings, it is drawn in such a way that, okay, they look closer and smaller than they really are. Hey, have you seen the mirror of any car? Object in the mirror are closer than they appear. That technique is a foresight technique. It will appear small compared to real size and closer also. That technique is a foresight technique. So this technique brought by the Mughals to the Indian painters. Got it? Then contribution of the Mughal emperor to the miniature paintings. Babur, he was busy with war and all those things. He just ruled for 4 years. So he didn't give much time for the development of the paintings. But Humayun, as I mentioned earlier, from Persia he brought the 2 painters, Samad and Sayyid. Samad and Sayyid. So because of him only there was a Persian influence in the Mughal paintings. Okay? And during Akbar time, they have created the manuscript, illustrated manuscript, that means small book, story of particular character. Tutinama example, tales of a parrot. See, there is a one lady, here one parrot, okay, and here if you observe there is a script. This is a story, the script is about the story of this 2 characters. In this painting, can you read it? No, that is wrong. Okay, so manuscript illustration is also there in the Mughals painting. Akbar, the contribution of Akbar is huge in terms of miniature paintings of Mughals. Okay, why? Because during Akbar time only, he has started the painting studios called Tasveer Khana. In that studio, employees were hired on a salary basis. Employees were hired so that they can develop their own style of painting. Okay. Even he hired those painters who used to work for the previous rulers before Akbar. So those painters also hired by the Akbar. Because of that, Indian influence also came in the Mughal paintings. Got it? So that is there. And on a regular basis, he used to award the best paintings to the painters. Give award okay, who has created the lifelike images, real images. Okay, so that he used to do. And as this I mentioned earlier, he also used to hire those painters who work in the previous rulers. So because of that, Indian influence started in the Akbar painting. Okay, so during Akbar time there is a 3D dimension figures as well as continuation of foresight techniques were also there. Okay, so during that time, during Akbar time only, painters were asked to concentrate more upon the calligraphy, usage of calligraphy in the paintings. Tutinama we have seen that paintings, parrot, tale of parrot. There if you observe calligraphy, it is okay, marvelously it is designed. And during Akbar time only, the paintings were transferred from popular art to the court art. That means earlier paintings were done by the individual level only. King never initiated, but during the Akbar time only he has initiated, and he transferred the paintings from popular art to the court art. Okay, by establishing the Tasveer Khana and hiring the painters and giving the salary and giving reward to them. Famous painters are Dashwant, Basavan and Kesu. And manuscripts which were illustrated during Akbar time, it was Tutinama, Hamsanama, Anwar-e Sulhani and Gulistan of Sadi. These all are illustrated manuscript. Story will be there, along with that paintings are also there. Okay, so this is about Akbar contribution. Then Jahangir, he himself was a painter. Jahangir, he himself was a painter. Okay, he was a nature lover. He was a nature lover. So he preferred the paintings of flora and fauna. So during his time, Mughal painting were shifted from manuscript to the album or album. In that album, most of that paintings are a single paintings and naturalism, portrait. Okay, so that were there. So during Jahangir, the Mughals painting were shifted from the manuscript to the albums, which give importance to the portrait, individual paintings, either a human figure or a animal figure. Okay, so one of the unique feature was margins were highly decorated. I'll show you. See the margins of the painting. This is giraffe painting. Sorry, zebra. Zebra painting. Oh, super. So here, can you see margins on the paintings is there, right? That is highly decorated. Even it is beautiful than the object itself. So that is the uniqueness of the paintings which were developed during Jahangir time. Okay, and he himself was an artist. He was a good artist. He was having his own private art studio or painting studio. Okay, that is there. And miniature paintings are there. His studio basically consists of miniature painting, and theme is nature, naturalistic rather than religious or spiritual. That theme is there, and the paintings of the zebra, turkey and cock, those were found. Okay, and Ustad Mansur, he was the famous painter who used to paint the complex faces. Okay, Ustad Mansur, that is there. And there was even animal fable. Animal fable means, stories are there, na? Story books are there. There, animals speak like a human being. Okay, animals speak like a human being. So that there was even animal fable called Ayare Danish that were painted during Jahangir rule. Okay. One cartoon is also there, na? That where animals, okay, Panchatantra Kahaniya, stories. So this is an example. Okay, now next, Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan contribution is more in architecture compared to the painting. Jahangir contribution is more in painting compared to architecture. Akbar balance, painting also great, more, architecture also more. Okay, Shah Jahan. During Shah Jahan, okay, there was an influence of the European style of painting. So it reduced the liveliness of the painting. Liveliness, stillness in the painting will be there, na? That is reduced. By looking at the painting, we can say it is a what do you call, artificial human being, rather than it's look natural. Okay, so that way started. Why? Because of European influence, and he gave importance for the usage of the charcoal to draw that outline lines are there, right? So that is there, and most of the paintings are drawing or sketching rather than colorful. Colorful we have seen that during the time of Jahangir and Akbar, but here sketch, that is also using the pencil, and he ordered that use more silver and gold so that it look brighter, and brighter color palette also they have used during Shah Jahan time. Okay, so during his time theme same, but they have changed the style, so less livelihood, so that were introduced. Okay, so this is about Mughals painting. And Aurangzeb, we know that he hate art and culture, architecture also, so he has not taken keen interest for the development of miniature painting. Okay, so this is about Mughals painting.